the Kerala story. I think this movie is making noise all over India, and it has also started making noise in Bangladesh. People are talking about it because critics of the movie are saying that the movie has targeted a particular religious group, and this is being used for political purposes. Before I go into the nitty bitty details of my reflections of the movie, um, let's say we should talk about freedom of religion because, as someone who claims to be a free thinker, that is me, I should first of all make clear what I understand to be freedom of religion. Freedom of religion means freedom to pursue a religion, freedom to give up a religion, freedom to convert to any other religion, freedom to criticize a religion, freedom to propagate a religion, and also freedom to um, criticize another religion, any religion, that is. That's my understanding of freedom of religion. And also, if there is a religious man who belongs to a particular religion and he wants to interpret that religion in a particular manner, then still he should have that right. Freedom of religion is also connected to freedom of expression, freedom of opinion, freedom of association, and all that. Another basic human rights which are involved in this freedom of religion is, I would say, freedom to have a private and family life. So all these freedoms are intertwined, intertangled rather. As one of the worst victims of Islamic fanaticism, I still believe there are good and bad in every religion. There are fanatics in every religion, and also there are great people in every religion. And those of you who know me for a long time should know that I also criticize some atheists who behave like religious fanatics by default. You know, become they become ultra atheists, I would say. They become fanatic by their own rights. So I believe that those of you who consider yourselves to be free thinkers should agree on these points. That real freedom of religion should mean all this. And nobody should be subjected to abuses by any means whatsoever. Now, if you want to have all this religion, why do you want them? Because you want to keep your human dignity. And freedom of speech is the main tool to safeguard your democratic rights, your basic human rights. You must have the right to criticize. As I said, as one of the worst victims of Islamist fanaticism, I still believe that someone should have the right to convert to Islam. A few questions may arise that whether that person, whatever religion that he wants to convert to, whether he or she was forced to to convert to that religion. and whether that person is fit enough to decide what might be good for him. Is he a mental patient? Was she coerced in by any means? Even if she was coerced, is she in a position to seek help, legal help, or other help from the family, and etc.? India has particularly become sensitive to this issue of conversion lately. A few years ago, before Narendra Modi became the Prime Minister of India, he made it clear that he was not in support of conversion, and he quoted Gandhi on that. I don't care whether he quotes Gandhi or whoever. Right to convert is part of freedom of religion. If India or Bangladesh or any country claims to be a democratic country, that country must act like one. So, freedom of religion is part of it. Some of these states in India, I understand that they have some very strict laws against conversion because in all of the countries in South Asia, religion has been weaponized for political purposes. Very sad. Very sad. Pakistan is being destroyed for religion, ultra religiosity. Pakistan, Iran, all these countries are slipping into dark ages for religious reasons. On the other hand, thankfully, Saudi Arabia is trying to become a liberal Muslim country, which is very good. So we all know quite well that what religion can do to a country if it is politicized. So religion should be a personal matter. Religion and politics together becomes toxic. Religion and politics must be separated. A country can't have a religion as an identity. A government should remain neutral and helpful to all communities and also should take care of human rights, human dignity, so that a religion doesn't allow the rise of a cult from within that religion. And to safeguard a country from that, the government of that country must allow freedom of religion, freedom of expression, freedom of opinion, so that humans, thinkers, philosophers, politicians can keep a check on underground activities so that cults do not grow out of those religions. We have major religions in the world, and those major religions are widely respected, irrespective of their black sheeps. But still, the reason is over the centuries, the theologians of those religions, great theologians, are in fact have been trying to reform those religions, even Islam. But the reformation of Islam stalled with the rise of Wahhabism, because all those great schools of Islam, for example, the mazhabs we call, especially the Hanafi mazhab, which predominates the Indian subcontinent, they are considered to be rational schools. And those schools were trying to help the people to make the religion and interpretation of those religion of Islam compatible, taking into consideration the custom, culture of a particular country. So depending on particular culture and custom, we see different schools dominating different parts of the Muslim world. South Asia is a multicultural, multi-religious, multi-ethnic region where no religion can afford to become s- ultra sensitive. No religion can afford to be dogmatic. No religion can afford to be non accommodative to other religious groups or communities. That's why South Asia accepted the Hanafi mazhab more than any other mazhab, because this Hanafi mazhab is considered to be more rational in interpretation of religious texts than other schools. For example, the Maliki school, where it dominates those particular areas of the Muslim world, they don't have significant religious minorities belong to other religions, so they can afford to be dogmatic in a way, but still that has repercussions as well, like in Afghanistan. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So with the rise of Wahhabi Islam, we have also, with the petrodollar and everything, we have also seen the rise of Hindutva and RSS, Shiv Sena, Bajrang Dal, and all that. So all these fanatic Hindu groups were created for political purposes, and their main target is to sideline or silence Muslims. In the same way, the Wahhabi Salafi schools and Jamaat and all that in Muslim dominated Bangladesh, their target is to silence Hindu voters or to coerce them into accepting Muslim dominance. These are all political purposes. And the Modi should be quite happy that this conversion issue has been weaponized by this Kerala story movie. Vishwa Hindu Parishad has been deconverting thousands of converts to Christianity and Islam um, back to Hinduism. They named it Garbhavasi, and they have that was coming back to home, and they have deconverted thousands, over 60,000 plus um, new converts to Christianity and Islam back to Hinduism. And we have seen many attacks on interreligious marriages couples in India recently. And also, there were attacks in intercaste religious couples as well. But that's another day's story. So this Kerala story has particularly taken up the issue of conversion, and they have camouflaged it with the excuse of criticizing fanaticism, claiming that over 32,000 Hindu women were tricked into converting to Islam. When you are an adult man or woman, you should have the freedom of choice of who you want to fall in love with. And nobody should have any say to it. Nobody, not even the parents. Are you an adult? Are you sane? You have fallen in love? That's your decision. You want to convert to, I don't know, whatever religion you want to convert to under the sun, that's your choice. And I believe that if the couple are of different religions and if they can prove themselves to be compatible, who am I to say anything? Or if one of the spouses want to convert to the other spouse's religion, who am I to give an opinion to it? Who am I? I'm the third person singular number. I was shocked to see when Saif Ali Khan was marrying, his wife, Miss Kapoor, and the whole India was asking whether she's going to convert to Islam. I was wondering why? Why should anyone have anything to say to it? Saif Ali Khan's mother converted to Islam. And on the other hand, Nargis, the famous film actor legend, married a Hindu man. I heard from my parents there was a huge, I know, outcry in India about it. I'm just wondering why. Miss Kapoor was an adult, yes. Did she have education? Yes. Did she um, fall in love with Saif Ali Khan? I think so. So who the hell am I to ask that question, whether you were to convert to Islam or not? Even if as I said, I'm day and night, I'm criticizing Islam, Islamic fanaticism, day and night, right? But freedom of religion should also mean I can tell Miss Kapoor when she's marrying Saif Ali Khan, that's your choice. I'm no one to give my opinion. Now, converting to being forced to convert to Islam, that's another separate story. 32,000 women were tricked to become Hindus. So sorry, to become Muslims and join ISIS. That's bullshit. I'm sorry, I don't have to go into data. I know I do go into data all the time, but I don't have to go into that data. 32,000, what message are you giving? So whenever you see a Hindu girl converting to Islam, and you're going to think she was forced to convert, that is prejudicial. And that is BS. Yeah. Are they happy? Who am I to give opinion? Even if they're not happy, that's their choice. When a Hindu girl likes a Muslim boy, there can be many reasons. And I know many Hindu girls in West Bengal who are still suffering because they can't find a suitor because caste is a big problem. I know. So to avoid this caste issue, they're converting to Islam and marrying Muslim men. The same thing is happening in Egypt, where Coptic women have issues about Christianity, where called Coptic Christianity is still divorce is a big problem. Marriage of widows is still a big problem. So they are converting in to Islam and marrying Muslim men. There was another huge outcry in Egypt a few years ago. So fanatics are always concerned about numbers. How many are converted? How many left the religion? It should be the quality, not the quantity. 32,000. You must be out of your mind. If a few months ago, I was watching a television news on Bangladesh television where they were talking about a infamous mass murderer's daughter. That mass murderer was Irshad Sikdar in Bangladesh. His daughter committed suicide a few months ago. And there are many stories in circulation. One of the stories that she fell in love with this Hindu man who was trying to force her to become a Hindu. Eventually, that Hindu man left her and she committed suicide. And I also come across many stories online where Muslim girls coming online saying that now I'm in India, I married this Hindu man, so now I have converted to Hinduism, and this man shows that she is wearing this sindoor and she has become a Hindu now. I said, who am I to give my opinion about it? Good luck to her. Good luck to her. She wants to, I don't like, personally, I don't like burqa. I don't like this sindoor thing because I think that's a mark of husband owning the wife. I don't like that sindoor as well. I don't like the burqa. I don't like the sindoor either. But still, that's her choice. Who am I to give, you know, tell her, stop it? Who am I? I can say, as in general terms, that I don't like it. I don't approve of it. But still, if my own sister wants to wear a burqa or wants to wear a sindoor, that's her choice. Who am I to stop? So this ultra sensitivity is being used by politicians because it's about time, they should start drumming up Muslim Hindu rift. Those politicians who use politics as religion as a weapon, political weapon. This is going to create another reason for ultra Hindus to frown upon general Muslims. And again, in Muslim majority countries like Bangladesh, they will also the religious, political Muslim religious groups will also bank on it. They will say, look at India, they hate Muslims. And this will also invigorate Islamist political groups like Charmunai in Bangladesh. Love jihad. That's an insulting word. A Hindu girl should know that when falling in love with a Muslim boy, that as per their religion, they can't really marry someone who is outside the book, kitabs, outside the Abrahamic religion. They have to convert. She should know beforehand. And still, if she wants to go ahead, her choice. Or if that man is claiming that I'm too liberal, I don't care if you remain a Hindu or what. That's their choice. But what ultra religious groups are doing lately, they want to bring Christians into their fold. They're trying to say, oh, they're converted Christian girls as well, as a weapon by Muslim men. That's BS. That's BS. Because India is also the worst place for Christians. My dear friends, you can't deny that. It's far worse than Christians in Bangladesh. Go ahead and Google and search all the platforms. I'm being honest. Being one of the worst victims of Islamist fanaticism in history, probably. You know this, you are all witness to it. But I have to be neutral. This theme is of course, it's a hateful theme. And you can't really do much banning it because obviously it is already circulating on social media and YouTube and all that. So what do? Challenge it head on. It's a hateful, it has a hateful agenda. It will create rift amongst Muslims and Hindus. It is not true. 90% of the claim is not true. I don't believe that love jihad is a weapon by Muslim men. There can be some of the claims that this is happening in all religions. Every religion, as I said, they have their black sheep. And someone who left that religion taking a huge risk on life, like me, and I can tell you, I still believe people have the right to convert to Islam. They have the right to convert to any religion. They have the right to marry anyone. If you can find proof that 32,000 Hindu women were tricked, I'm trying to say my mother was tricked. My father tricked my mother. My grandfather tricked my great grandmother. That's what I'm going to say because we were all Hindus 200 years ago. That's BS. That's hateful content. That is also, I support banning the religion. Sorry, beg your pardon. I support banning this film. This film should be banned. Although, as I said, ban is not going to serve much purpose, because everybody's going to see it anyway, or somehow. But still, it's going to be symbolic to the fact that government doesn't approve of it in that sense. Government doesn't approve of it. This is disgusting. This will create. This will rather make many women who converted to Islam uncomfortable. What did I insult my husband? Yeah, I can't say to someone I converted to Islam. Come on. Tony Blair's daughter-in-law. Sorry, no, beg your pardon. Tony Dollar's sister-in-law. Tony Blair, ex-British Prime Minister, his sister-in-law converted to Islam. And then she married a Muslim man. That man is my good friend anyway. Was she converted, forced to become Muslim? No. There are millions of women who are converting to Islam by their choice. So this message that 32,000 were forced is going to trigger a hate against those women, Muslim women, who converted by their own wish. My own aunt converted from Hinduism to Islam. Two of my aunts. They were not forced. I can say, as although I don't like my uncle for several reasons, but still, they were not forced. I know them. They're my own aunts. But still, I tell my aunt, leave that religion, become irreligious. I tell my uncle even, leave that religion, become irreligious. But still, I respect their right to follow Islam. As long as you don't preach, whoever you might be. You can be Hindutva, you can be Charmunai, you can be whatever. Don't propagate hate. Don't convert anyone by force. That's all. And a state should have nothing to say about it until and unless they can find a way that she needs to be rescued. She was forced, or tricked, or coerced into becoming a member of a cult like ISIS. That's a different story. The state should have nothing to say if somebody, for whatever reason, converts to another religion, just to have family life more compatible. Up their choice. Only the fanatics, they count the numbers, who left, who came. Like, we who consider we left the religion, and automatic death sentence against us, because leaving the religion is automatic death sentence according to hadiths, not the Quran, but the hadiths. Automatic death sentence against me. People like me, ex-Muslims like me. Automatic death sentence. That is against freedom of religion. So if a Muslim man doesn't approve of her daughter marrying a Hindu man, and she doesn't want to leave the Islamic religion, but still wants to marry Hindu man, even if the father considers that to be not approved in religion, is in Islam, still she should, I believe, in the modern times, he should have no say. Period. That's how it is. Good night, my friends.